Well, the KPRC2 Investigates original docuseries, The Evidence Room, returns tonight for a third season, and you'll only find it here on KPRC2+.
Yes, The Evidence Room sensation hit the true crime community last year when we were granted exclusive access to hundreds of boxes of evidence from Houston's most notorious crimes. Robert Arnold joining us now.
I'm very happy to be back.
Season.
Very excited about season 3 starting.
A little sneak peek.
Yes, so we're starting off this season with the Malibu Grand Prix murders, and I want to explain this was an episode that I wanted to do for a couple of reasons. First of all, in 1983, this is the 40th anniversary of these murders. In 1983, I was a 12-year-old boy, and it's hard to explain to people like my son, who's 9, just how unique Malibu Grand Prix was, because now you have like Kalahari's, you have Main Street, you have Andretti, so these massive entertainment centers are everywhere. 1983, those things were few and far between, and Malibu, I mean, massive arcade with just all of the coolest, most up-to-date games.
Air hockey.
Yes, air hockey. And the go-karts. You know, the go-karts I'd seen before this, they were these little bare bones kind of go-karts, and you went in the little oval around the track. Well, these were shaped like Formula One race cars, and the track had curves and twists and everything, and it was a long track. You had a good long, for a 12-year-old, it was incredible. And so I remember in July of 1983, my parents turned on the news, and 4 people were murdered inside the Malibu Grand Prix. That actually wasn't far from where we are now. It was off of 59 in West Park. And so not only is it the 40th anniversary of these murders, but for me in my life, it was kind of an end of innocence moment, because as a 12-year-old boy, it made me realize, wow, bad things can happen anywhere, and not just in far-flung places that I wouldn't ever travel. They can happen where I go. They can happen at places that are supposed to be happy and safe too. So there was that. And it wasn't just that 4 people were murdered, but as you'll hear from the detective that we interviewed, these were particularly savage murders.
I have to tell you, it was probably the bloodiest murder in the history of this city. They were taken into a large bathroom there, and it probably had all their throats cut or stabbed and this and that, but there was literally, and it was a large bathroom, and there was probably that much blood deep in there.
Wow.
They were completely, I'm sure, drained of any blood they had left in them, but I'd never seen anything like it. We had detectives with stuff wrapped around their shoes so they could actually get in there and do what they had to do. And there was like waiting in a water, literally waiting in a water pool or something. I mean, but it was blood. And I just have never seen anything like that in all those years.
That's retired Houston Police Detective J.C. Mosier. Now, he's the one who also got the call that put his fellow investigators on to the suspects who committed those murders. So you're going to hear how that whole thing unfolded in the season premiere of The Evidence Room that streams tonight at 6:30 on KPRC2+.
Wow. Okay, and so, Robert, what are some other cases that you guys will be talking about this season?
We tried to pick some cases that had real impact on our area. So one of the ones that we are going to be featuring is going to be the Jennifer Ertman Elizabeth Pena murders. Those 2 beautiful, beautiful young girls who just had the misfortune of coming across a group of gang members as they were walking home from a pool party one night. But that case greatly advanced victims' rights. It's the first case where families of victims were able to give victim impact statements in court, and it also was instrumental in allowing in the state allowing family members of victims to witness executions as well. So we look at that case. There's also Coral Watts. He was known as the Sunday morning slasher. Dozens of women in Texas and in Michigan were killed by this man, and he almost became the very first serial killer in U.S. history to walk out of prison free because of the way the way the laws were back then. So you hear how that was prevented in the nationwide effort to stop that. So those are the other episodes that we're working on.
Great content. Look forward to it. Robert, thanks for coming in early.
Thanks, guys, for having
us too. First episode, Murder at the Malibu Grand Prix, when season 3 of The Evidence Room premieres tonight at 6:30 exclusively right here on the KPRC2+ live stream.
Gotta tune in.